So first off, my hair's kind of wet just because I was out in the rain with a few friends. Got this kind of creepy shadow to my left here because it's so dark at night where I'm from, and I have this little lamp on at the right. It's the only way you can see my face, so I've kind of got this over here. Just with the angle, my body's just kind of blocking out the light and all of that good stuff. But anyways, this chapter sort of just built an awful lot of things up, kind of just got me anticipating all sorts of things really. Especially one of the last panels where I saw the manor of the Tsukiyama family getting surrounded by CCG. That was just kind of reminiscent to me of the very original kind of climax to the original Tokyo Ghoul series where the Anteku got surrounded. And yeah, so that just got me thinking all sorts of things towards that. Like, are we going to get another battle of this magnitude? Maybe, maybe. But anyways, at the start of the chapter we have the CCG filing paperwork, and now obviously I noticed the ghouls in Tokyo Ghoul have a really sort of shit time for most of it. You know, it's kind of a tragedy being a ghoul, but it just made me realise, you know, the Tsukiyama family have this kind of business built up for hundreds upon hundreds of years, and just because of their race, you know, being a fucking ghoul, they can like lose all of that money and go from being billionaires to homeless in just one single night, you know? I mean, how unfair is that, you know? It's fucking disgraceful, I think, a lot of the bullshit that the CCG do. And, you know, obviously I know it happens because it's been happening throughout the whole sort of series so far. You know, I have been reading Tokyo Ghoul, like, and also I just seen the fact that they were talking about running background medical scans on everybody who worked for Tsukiyama's company to make sure that they weren't ghouls, and if they were ghouls, they were going to get the same sort of treatment. Now, that was not in the forefront of my mind because of nearly everything that the CCG have been doing so far has been like targeting rambunctious ghouls, the troublemakers, and the innocent ghouls haven't really been in the series for a while, so my mind kind of had forgotten, you know, about the innocent ghouls getting persecuted who don't really do that much. Like, they maybe just eat suicide victims or dead bodies or shit like that without actually killing or harming anybody, but they still kind of get fucked up by the CCG just for doing what's biologically natural, you know? So, yeah, just that kind of reminded me of how shit it was to be a ghoul. Then later on in the chapter we see Sasuke giving his squad to kind of the rules that they're going to have to implement and what their role in the mission is going to be. And then we see Yuri, I think his name is actually pronounced. He gets a role to like stay with his squad and teammates, and the big question is Uri going to be a cunt, or is he going to listen to his teammates? I mean, that's the $1 million question, you know? Has he actually developed thus far? Has he become a better kind of person? Or was that just an act, you know, a farce? And if Uri sees better promotion shots by stabbing his team squad in the back, will he do it? I think if an opportunity arises for him to fuck his teammates over, he's just going to take it. And yeah, that's not going to be very good. Just, I imagine that the events from the Torso investigation could repeat themselves, or sorry, the auction, I mean. Then after that you have the whole, oh yeah, Sasuke's reading in the library about Amon Kotaru, trying to find out who this guy is, and then Akira finds him and sort of, he asks him about Amon and the eye patch, and Akira gives him like this really dirty look, like, I was thinking Kaneki's going to get fucked up here, and I think perhaps I underestimated Akira's kindness here a bit, because I was thinking maybe she was going to like fight him or report him or get him in some sort of trouble here because he was remembering all this shit about the eye patch ghoul, but she actually hugged him, you know, and I was shocked about that. Like, I didn't know what to say or think. and it just goes to like, it just gives me respect for the character. I was not expecting that sort of approach from her. But maybe that's just a ruse. Maybe she'll like report to somebody else in the CCG in a later chapter about the danger of Sasaki remembering who he is. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that evolves. I think he's safe though, and she handled